seed was kind of planted through Murray Vernon. He was my cricket coach, and he just mentioned that maybe in the off season why don't you do boundary umpiring or do umpiring just to get fit. So that was even when I was at uni. Then when I started, and didn't give much thought to it then, but then later on when I started working, a work colleague, Peter Roberts, which is Bernard Roberts' brother, he did boundary umpiring, and he was talking away and enjoyed running, and we used to, as a work colleague, and he sort of said, look, maybe it's something you could, this is what I used to do, I enjoyed it. And then there was, it gave it some thought, and there was an advertisement in the paper saying that come down to WAFL training for boundary, goals and fields. It was advertised in the West, and I came down the first training session on 94 in the summer. It just started from there. Yeah. Definitely, it was with Bernie. Bernie Roberts again that year. Bernie, and we did the state game together as well that year, so it was a huge thrill to be able to run with Bernie again. 2 umpire system, it was, and it was a really close game. And it was, East Perth did make a comeback, and there was a lot of fringe players on the West Coast list who were playing for Claremont as well. And I think a lot of them were on that borderline, would they be on contracts the following year. So the atmosphere was incredible, and we guess to be at that level and just to be walking out there with some great umpires as well, and players. I'm obviously extremely nervous. The first couple of games, you never sort of that different atmosphere, the intensity, it was there, extremely different, and just I think getting used to the game, how to run the game, having the confidence to run the game in the first couple of years, that was always quite challenging, and at that level, it was, I must say, it's probably more the intensity. I had no idea that anything was going on, so obviously, I didn't have no idea how long it had been going on for. I did know that they had tried to schedule, Warners had tried to, I think Jamie said, look, whether he wanted to run that game as well. So he altered his AFL games as well to make sure that he would run that game. And I think he even might have had the week off from AFL, and he chose to run that game with me as well. Look, I remember walking into the change room at Leaderville, and George was in there, and he was ready to go, and I just thought, overwhelmed by it. That both that Jamie would for Jamie to say, look, I want to do that game, and then for George to come out of retirement, it just meant so much to me, and it obviously, it highlighted the type of person that Jamie and George were. That I mentioned to you before how loyal they were, and it was such a huge honour to be able to have both Jamie and George out there running on that game.
That was probably one of the greatest experiences I've had umpiring. Even putting aside my games, that game to me was so special because Greg is such a close friend to me, was really supportive during some hard times that I had. So coming back from retirement was a major achievement in running that with Greg and making that so special for Greg, and I'd do it again in time for Greg.
Yeah, look, that was really great. It was a little while ago now, but the memory hasn't left me. The details of the game have, but just the feeling of running with those guys again outside, the norm, I suppose, was just an unbelievable feeling. and the sneakiness that existed around George coming out of retirement and things like that just added that element of milestone and surprise and intrigue to the whole thing. So it was a wonderful game, and I think it's great that firstly George could do it and we could all do it together. And I think it meant a great deal to Smithy. It's certainly a memory that I will hold for a very, very long time.
The great thing about Greg Smith is that he was an umpire first and an athlete second. Smithy will be the first to probably admit that he wasn't the most elite of athletes going around, but he certainly just pushed himself to his absolute limits and got the very best out of himself.
Another thing Smithy often said to me was that even after 20 years or however long he'd been here was, every year he'd come back, he wanted to be better, which to me, as a young umpire coming through when Smithy was around, and he'd had his AFL career by the time I met Smithy, and he was giving back to the WAFL, but he still wanted to get better year on. It was something that definitely stood out to me about Smithy.
A boundary umpire should never hold the game's record. Like, it's just too hard to run that many Ks, and Smithy did it, and it's the way he did it was he prepared 100%, no matter whether it was a Colts game, whether it was an AFL game. His preparation was 100%. You go into the games, and if you had Smithy umpiring, you knew there was never going to be any troubles. He was always so calm, always knew the processes to go through. You knew it was going to be a good day if you had Smithy, and then he recovered so well to back up and back up and back up, and 60 years later he had the game's record.
Yeah, congratulations on your Hall of Fame induction. Could have not happened to a nicer person. You got me through so many games, and one of the things I do miss about umpiring is umpiring with you and our Tuesday and Thursday nights chats and warm-up laps and warm-down laps together. So well done, Greg, to you, Colleen and Soph. Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, Smithy. So, congratulations very much on the entry to the Hall of Fame. It is absolutely well deserved. From a personal point of view, I am just ever grateful for being able to umpire with you, and personally to have known you as a human being. So, what you've done for everyone else and for yourself, and what you've achieved is absolutely amazing. Congratulations one last time.
Smithy, obviously it's a great honour for me to get to talk to you, but about being selected in the Hall of Fame. You've been an amazing umpire over an incredibly long period of time. You've been an amazing person to so many people down here over an incredibly long period of time, and I'm sure that will never change because we still see you down here all the time. Congratulations from me.